welcome to another episode of the Shifty Key Podcast. I am Luis, aka Spartan Slot, and today we have
TJ 1023.
SamuraiRose.
Welcome to the podcast, SamuraiRose.
Thank you. It's a great honor to be here.
I know you must be very honored to be in our humble, popular podcast.
I've heard quite the rumor mill.
Wait, did you? Really? God damn it, TJ, I told you not to post nudes of yourself.
Oh, you're the guy on Grindr.
Jesus.
I don't post nudes. Other people do when they see pictures. Not posted.
Yeah, it's not nudes, it's art.
It's
hey,
not
if we
nude
can do that in my drawing class.
I actually don't think anybody would want to see me in a Speedo. Or nude, for that matter. But, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to imagine that.
I upset my boyfriend the other day because I told him I thought penises were...
Were what?
I just think they're weird. I was like, I think they're weird looking. He's like, so you're saying my penis looks weird? I'm like, no, honey, that's not what I meant.
You should have just gone with it. Said, yeah, that's a weird one. I've seen better than that.
And then proceed to follow it with a fucking got him or something like that. Just add insult to injury.
You could say that's a trollationship.
Speaking of being fucking gotten, did you guys watch the latest Immersion?
I did. I actually really enjoyed it, but from listening to the previous podcast, I was wondering what they were talking about when they were talking about the oh shit moment.
Yeah, so was I. They said Michael almost died, and
I think they were referring to the Mario Kart one.
That was one, but Bernie had suggested, he's like, yeah, and then for the final one, he's like, you really scared me, And then I was reading JJ's post about how Gavin almost hit him. But I thought there would be like a little bit more, I thought more would be exposed in the video,
Yeah.
Because they were hyping it up so much.
Maybe then this means that this is the last episode of the season, and maybe they have a bunch of immersions in reserve, kind of, that they're going to save for like a third smaller season, and that last episode of that season will be the the final one that almost kills Michael.
Oh god. I mean, like, from judging from it, from watching it, I would have to say, yeah, the Mario Kart one where he kind of flips it, that was kind of scary to watch. I've been on a cart that's flipped before, and that shit's scary. My brother actually tore up his ankle doing that.
Ouch. When he flipped hard, I was like, God damn it, now, like, he's gonna be all messed up. Turns out he wasn't. I was really impressed because I was expecting at least like something happened to his arm, even if it was just a rash or something. Because he did slide that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no problem. We do that pretty often.
I was just saying, like, from all the videos I've seen Michael, taking in pain and stuff like that, when he's on camera, I see him be, like, very strong about it. Like, I feel like he has to hold up this persona and probably until the mics goes off, or until the camera goes off, and then he's probably like, oh, fuck, that really hurt. You guys allow cussing on your show? I never asked.
Oh,
that's fine.
Sweetie, there's I know that.
We don't allow cussing, except when it involves a link shitter.
Yeah, like, our link dump is called link shitter, so...
I actually have a podcast of my own with two of my friends, Joshua Perez. We're called the C Squared Podcast. We're on iTunes.
Oh, fancy.
Cool.
I feel like a little girl when I saw like it came up in iTunes. I was like, oh my god!
You know you've made it if you're on iTunes.
I think anybody can make it on night.
Yeah, none of us any of us want to pay the licensing or whatever for that. Just like, hey, YouTube's free. That's fine.
Okay, so I don't know that much about YouTube, but I don't, I don't know how much you guys have talked about yourselves in the past. So can I get a quick info about you guys?
Sorry, quick. Your auto cut off for me.
Or info, like information.
Yeah,
I
guess.
Long walks on the beach.
I enjoy fighting Sith Lords on Coruscant. I'm not sure if that counts. Well, I really suck at questions like that because I never know exactly what to answer.
Well,
we'll
say
start
what you
off
do.
Easy. Yeah, like what do you do? Where are you from?
How many children do you have? What's your social security number?
Bank account last info. Name, mother's maiden name.
Blood type.
If you were a prostitute, what would your name be? By the way, it's the grew up on and your pet's first name.
If you were a
your pet's
shape,
first
would you
name,
be?
as opposed to your pet's last name.
I mean your first pet's name. Shut up. Your first pet's name.
If I want to call my dog like Jason Parker Thompson III, then I can call my dog Jason Parker Thompson III, okay?
Why don't you just get a golden retriever, tie a red bandana around his neck, and call him Jake?
Well,
like everybody else in America.
That'll work. And then no.
Or get a corgi and name him Ein.
Well then, as I said, I'm Luis. I'm from Brazil. As I think I've mentioned that before on the podcast, right? If not, hey people, I'm from Brazil.
18 podcasts in, and they're just figuring this out now.
No, I actually used to live in Miami. So yeah, anyway, when I used to live in Miami Beach, we had a lot of cultural diversity there, especially like Cuban and Brazilian, and that's just some of my favorite foods when I used to live down there. Besides, really, really fresh seafood that you don't really get that often in Austin.
Oh, wow. I've never been to Miami, even though I live in Florida. Probably missing out on a lot.
Are you northern Florida?
No, I'm southwest. Southwestern.
And you've never been to Miami. At least tell me you've been to the Keys.
No.
You don't know what you're missing. Oh my god. This is actually the first year in like 3 years, or 3 or 4 years, that I'm actually missing something called Fantasy Fest. It's down in Key West, Florida, and it's basically an adult Halloween party for 2 weeks, and it is the best time.
Oh wow, that sounds pretty cool. So is it like a lot of like cosplaying, or is it literally just like a Halloween party, kind of?
I would say like a little bit of both. What's amazing is like everyone dresses up in costume, and it's basically because it's on this like one bar street. It's like 6th Street in Austin, but down in Key West where it's really, really hot, and a lot of people walk around in body paint and maybe nothing else.
Oh wow.
But sometimes, you could look at like a 20-year-old and be like, wow, that doesn't look good on you. And then you're like, oh, grandma, you look great.
Okay, that's creepy.
But one of my favorite bars to go down to is Irish Kevin's. There's this comedian there called I'm gonna fudge up his name, John something, very, very Irish. And so one of my favorite jokes is that sometimes the cruise ships come in and during the day, but there's still people walking around in costume, and you'll see people come in with their kids at bars just to see what's going on. And so he'll shout out over the bar, hey, kids under 3 drink for free, everybody else is a DD. Kids out of here.
Wow.
Now, I've never been to Florida myself as well, but then again, I live on like the other side of America. But is it too expensive to travel within the USA?
Depends on how you travel.
Yeah, I mean, It's not that bad. It just depends on how far and how you're doing it. Like, usually driving yourself by car is pretty cheap, except for gas.
Or, depends on how long the drive and how, if you have to spend the night somewhere, food, gas.
Yeah. Before I gave up on my ambitions to go to RTX this year, I was planning on driving. And I planned out the whole thing like, okay, we're going to stop here for gas and it's going to cost this much. And then when I realized that I still didn't have a job, I'm just like, well, guess this isn't happening.
So you're not going to RTX?
Sadly, no, not this year. Maybe next year if I get a job.
Aww.
Yeah, I wish I could go, but a bunch of stuff happened and I won't be able to attend. I'm thinking about trying next year, but that will depend on some stuff as well. But for now,
Both
we
of you
have
are going?
hopefully, maybe. Not sure.
I would love to go. I was planning on going. There was like a whole week, like right after the tickets came out. I was looking up prices. I was planning it all out. And then the next week later, I just sat there and I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to get a job by then and save up enough money.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I might go next year, not this year. But
Have y'all
we
been
have
before?
no.
Oh, it's such an amazing experience. Last year was my first year, and I wasn't as in touch with the community as I am now. But when I went there, I went by myself, stayed, got my own hotel room, didn't share with anybody, and I ended up making like 30 new friends that weekend. And it was amazing.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I want to go to RTX is number one, meet the people that I've already met. Like, the other people on our podcast, Vic, Jim, watch their lightsaber battle. Meet Luis here.
Woo!
Give you a bro hug.
Just let me say something. I am awesome, and you will be very lucky to meet me. I mean, someone's gotta like myself, right?
I'm actually going to be a guardian and a specter this year. I'm actually one of the panel guardians, and then this year I'll be a specter working the video team.
What's a Spectre? I haven't heard that position before.
Have you ever heard of RT SideQuest? They are a local charity, and what they do is that they host a bunch of events going around RTX. And the specters are basically guardians or volunteers that they have with them.
Oh, that's cool. I like how
we
it's
do
got
different.
like a. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was about to say, we do different events like the charity event, Bar Olympics, meetups, and everything like that. Like, we're actually taking a bunch of people to Salt Lake. You can still buy your tickets and stuff like that if you would like to join. That's going out to the audience.
Yeah, because we're not going to be there, sadly.
But I do
Hurts too
have
much.
big plans for whenever I go to RTX because I do intend on going sometime before, before I'm, I don't know, 100 years old or something, or even after that. But I hope I don't have to wait that long. Anyway, and yeah, like meeting the people I've met through the community, like online, is on my top priority list. And yeah, give bro hugs and stuff, and uh, you know, take Brazilian food, and because
Yeah.
I really if there's something I would probably miss a lot from my country and stuff if I ever travel for a long time away would be the food.
Taco
And people
Bell.
say, oh,
Just go to
it's
Taco
easy
Bell.
to.
That's close
What?
enough to Brazilian food, right?
No, it's not.
You want me to smack him or?
Yeah, please. Closer.
So,
Well, we we barely have like Spanish food restaurants in my city. There's like a handful, and it's only really recent. It's been a long time since we had anything like that, and I think I only ate what was the name? It wasn't a burrito. It was like something else. Can't quite remember. And nachos once, but I'm pretty sure the nachos I ate are not really the traditional nachos. But yeah, close enough.
Well, the food here is very good. I used to be in the Army for about 5.5 years, and I was stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And there they don't have any mom and pop shops. It freaking sucked. I
All chains?
arrived and I was like, what?
Like all food chains?
Yeah, everything was. There was like one mom and pop shop that was German, and then they closed after like a year.
Sounds like
And-
where I live.
Yeah, just Austin is amazing. You have all these mom and pop shops, and if you want anything, you can find it here.
Yeah, Austin seems like an awesome place to visit, maybe to live. I'd have to try visiting first, but
Some people say it's awesome.
I'm not sure if I should boo you or congratulate you because I do the same kind of jokes. So let's just
Sorry.
go with a booyah!
Booyah!
It's
Yeah,
okay, I like
booyah.
puns. I have a shirt with a taco in it that says I'm the one they taco about.
Nice.
I love puns too, but I can never make them up on the spot.
Sometimes it's a gift, sometimes they're really hard to come up with.
And then you have people like Barbara who just have perfect timing, know exactly what to do, when to do it.
Well, depending on the
Gotta be
Barbara
Russian
and
situation.
spy.
Hannah Hart. Barbara and Hannah Hart, I would love to see those two like just have a pun off.
Depending on the situation, I fire puns like a machine gun, and but sometimes not that much. I do make a lot of puns in Portuguese. I mean, it's my mother language, but I am a skillful punner in English as well, or at least I like to think so. Can't quite guarantee the quality of my puns though.
Mine are usually dirty, and I don't know why they always put me in the sex. What was it called? The equality or some shit like that classes. They always set me up in the front row. I don't know why.
Okay. So, like, when you take a sexual equality class, you have to sit in the front?
Yeah, I've actually been told I have to volunteer sometimes.
Oh, wow. So, just out of curiosity, do either of you guys have an Xbox One?
Nope.
Why are you giving them away?
Am I giving them away when I ask if someone has one? Maybe. I'll give you an Xbox One if you give me $500.
Hell no,
Well,
they're only
that's
selling
actually
them
a
for
good
$4.
deal. They're costing like $1,000 or $1,500 here.
Where the hell are you buying yours? Does it come
Yeah.
with a happy ending?
Like there's a special port for my penis? No. It's because for some
Made in
reason,
Japan.
and people claim it's because of taxes, which is just stupid. The new consoles here in Brazil cost a lot of money. Like the PS4 costs around $2,000, and the Xbox One costs around $1,000 something dollars. It's fucking
Where
ridiculous.
are you shopping? It's like, there's eBay and Amazon, right?
No, yeah, there's that. I mean, like the stores and stuff here are charging that, but also I'm pretty sure they would try to stab me in my freaking head with taxes if I try to buy outside.
Well, that's why you mail the money to somebody else, and then they buy it and mail it to you. But you don't
And
tell them
market
about
as
the
gift.
taxes,
Yeah.
and you make them pay for the taxes and stuff.
No, not really. I think there is
That's a smart
something
way
like
to do it.
I've done some research on that because uh back when they released the Rooster Teeth playing cards, I wanted to buy a set. I was like, I gotta get one of those, and so I did a lot of research. I noticed that it would be really expensive to buy that, really, really fucking expensive, and then I gave up. But it seems like books are not charged if you buy them out or if someone sends them to you because of some law or something. And depending on the value and on what it is, if someone marks it as a gift when they send it, you don't have to pay like the transportation charges, you know. But I'm not sure about the charges for the product to come inside the country. I should
Amazon
read that
does
again.
that.
Really
Yes, you can mark it as a gift.
nice.
Shout out to Amazon.
Yeah, shout out to Amazon.
Give us money. We
Speaking of
sponsored
which,
you.
oh yeah,
We plugged you.
for listeners, Amazon does not sponsor us, but Amazon, if you want to sponsor us, you know, get in touch.
Also, visit, C Squared Podcast if you want to give out sponsorships. Just saying.
But yeah, you know, just talk to people.
Just throwing it out there,
Just a
But I mean, I really would like to get sponsored by like Jim Beam or something like that. If you're listening.
Jim Beam.
You know what? Yeah, what's that?
You guys don't know what Jim Beam is?
No.
No.
It's some of the best tasting whiskey in the world. It's me and my dad's favorite.
That explains why I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't drink, but
I'm too young to
by
drink.
the way, Samurai, if you could send me links to the whiskey and your podcast, that would be great, because then I can put them on the link shader.
Sure.
Link me to the whiskey. My computer needs to get drunk.
Oh, your whiskey belong to us.
So, one of the reasons I asked about the Xbox One thing was my brother's birthday just passed. He just turned 21, and my mom decided to get him an Xbox One for some random reason. And as soon as we got it, we tried to get the Kinect to work, and it doesn't work. So the thing that makes it cost $100 more than the regular Xbox One is broken. So it's $100 block of plastic right now, and it's ridiculous.
Can you return
Sounds
it?
like it's a very nice paperweight.
Yes, it is a very nice paperweight. I think we could still return it. The only thing I'm worried about is we've already played some Titanfall on it, which I generously bought my brother for his birthday, only because my mom bought the Xbox with no games. So it's like, yay, Xbox!
Well, you don't need the Kinect to function the Xbox One, right?
No, but it's still nice features. Like, we wanted to try out the voice control and things like that, and then...
I'm just saying, if it doesn't work, you can always either, call up the company and see if you can exchange it, or you can just try and sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like try to exchange just the Kinect. You don't have to exchange your whole Xbox.
Put it on Craigslist. Put it on Craigslist.
Not necessarily.
Disclaimer, works fine.
No, I mean, like, try to contact Microsoft or the store in which you guys bought it and just say, hey, the Kinect's not working. Can you guys exchange it? Because if they sell the Xbox without the Kinect, then I'm sure they sell the Kinect separately. So perhaps they could exchange it.
Actually, I don't think they sell it separately right now. They probably will in the future, since they're coming out with the regular Xbox One by itself.
But they can probably contact...
They can probably send a replacement one by itself.
Yeah, they can probably contact Microsoft and be like, hey, we need a new Kinect.
But anyway...
Because you guys give us a fucking broke one, and then they start fighting and shit. Because
my
it's like...
only concern is that we messed up in plugging it in somehow, or in the settings. Because when
don't mention that information over this.
Yeah, perhaps you should cut that from the podcast as well.
Nah, I'm fine.
No, it worked perfectly fine. Plugged it in correctly, and it just wasn't working.
That's the thing. It isn't working. It should be plugged in correctly.
Just say the instructions weren't clear, and you ended up with your dick stuck in your Xbox.
What is it with you and putting dicks in Xboxes?
Well, because maybe you bought it from Brazil and it's more expensive because there is a special USB port for your dick.
USB.
That's
Uber
the
size
Xbox
bong.
One 2.0.
Yeah, that's the X-Bone.
Yeah,
But,
in America we buy the Xbox One. In Brazil you buy the X-Bone because you bone it. You don't
or
even have
like
to
you're
buy
getting
it dinner
one if you're
first.
spending $2,000 on it.
Yeah, I think it's
like-
the other way around. I think the Xbox One is indeed.
Anyway, the reason I'm worried is because we set that up. We set everything up fine, but when we first plugged in the Xbox One, my brother was like, "Why isn't this working?" He was trying to turn it on, and he was about to call Microsoft support. And I look over at the plug, and the Xbox wasn't plugged in. And I'm like, "You idiot! Why didn't? Are you retarded?" Yeah, that's it.
But well, just give it a try. Try contacting the place you bought it and stuff. I'm sure you guys can work something out.
Yeah,
And there's
but
one more thing about the prices here. So here's the thing. I think Titanfall is costing, or at least a few weeks ago was costing about $60 on the Xbox store, right? Well, here it's costing much more, even though it's a digital copy.
that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's not fair, it's not right, but for some reason it happens. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's almost like if they thought that since we are used to paying more for stuff, it's okay to just charge more, even if it's a digital product.
Well,
Which is
they're
something that
either
I don't know if Steam does that. I hope not, but
well, it could be that something to do with like maybe you guys do have ridiculously high taxes, and maybe they charge Microsoft more for use of their internet things, fiber optic wires, or for licensing or something. Or it could just be that they're bending you over backwards and butt fucking you.
yeah, I
That
think
too.
it's the second possibility.
It's like, have you ever seen the South Park episode with the cable company? Well, no?
What?
The South Park episode with the cable company?
Well, fun fact, I have never watched South Park.
I'm ashamed of you. How can you
I'm
call
sorry,
yourself
TK.
a South American?
Well, I mean, what?
Anyway, in that episode, basically the people's cables would go out and they'd go to the cable company and be like, "Oh, we're paying you for this service. Why aren't you helping us?" And they would have these little flaps on the front of their shirts, and they just pull them down and they start rubbing their nipples, and they're like, "Oh, you want us to fix your cable? We'll get right on that." And they just stare them down and wait for them to leave. Welcome back, Samurai.
What the fuck? All I heard was pull the flap down, rub their nipples, and then ask them to leave.
Yeah,
I think you just summarize our podcast.
Pull the flap down, rub your nipples. All you need to know.
And then awkwardly be asked to leave.
Well, except for that part. Don't leave, please, guys. Come on.
Don't
Unless
leave
you
us.
I'm gonna-
poop.
I'm gonna switch the subject. You guys have pets?
Yes.
I have 3. 4. I lied. 4.
5. Actually, I'm pregnant of the 6th one.
Calm down, Ace Ventura.
Wait, what did he say, Luis? Did you say you're pregnant from one of your pets?
No, I meant it as if you were saying that.
That's what
You're
happens when
like
you rub the
3,
nipples.
4, 5.
Pull the flap down and get pregnant.
So talk about your pets.
Man, my pet's a bitch. No, seriously, it's a female dog.
It sounds like you have a
always
very
wanted to do
complicated
that
pet.
joke.
Well,
Well,
I have a. Wow, it's kind of weird that we're getting interviewed on our own podcast.
Sorry, it's reflex.
That's fine. We're not very interesting.
Of course we are. Shut up.
I'm not very interesting. Okay, Luis?
Yeah,
Calm
well,
down.
I can live with that.
You're just lost without Jim here to tell you to shut up.
Am I?
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I have a greyhound, a golden doodle, a toy poodle, and a cat.
A golden doodle.
Yes. It's a cross between a golden retriever and a doodle.
Why would you ever do that?
Because it's cute and fluffy.
But
it's so fluffy.
But is it drawn or
Drawn?
get it? Doodle? Fucking weak joke.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Luis.
I'm sorry.
That's
But as I
bad.
was saying, I have
I'm just kidding. I
a
love
dog,
you.
female dog, hence the bitch joke, which was also very
that's
bad.
what you meant. Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks. We wouldn't have gotten it without that help, Luis.
Well, you're welcome.
If I knew y'all better, I'd totally make a your mom joke.
Oh, you can do that.
Moments passed.
Okay. All right.
Luis is just
Look at
like,
the
I'll
story
allow
of
it.
Thunder.
I actually have a 3-legged cat, and his name is Herschel.
Oh, wow. I see what you did there. Wait, was he 3-legged when you named him?
Yes, I actually got him from the pound. They had found him with a large gash in his leg, and they had to amputate the leg. And he's been with me for almost a month now.
Oh, that's nice.
I used to have a puppy, Ein. Forgot how hard puppies were, and I gave him away to a family that already had a corgi. So yeah, it was so upsetting to have to let him go, but I get to see him every once in a while, so. But it was just kind of like, I live in a very small apartment, and I'm going to be gone most of the day for school, so.
Yeah, that makes
I was
sense.
like, it's like, I'd rather have a cat that can just take care of himself. And believe me, this fucking cat is fast.
Yeah, I can't imagine a cat being left alone and like being worried about it. They'll just be like, "Oh, nobody's here. Fuck this. I'm going to sleep."
He sleeps all the fucking time, except for like 3 o'clock in the morning.
That sounds like my cat.
Have you ever?
My cat is completely obsessed with me, and it may be because I'm too nice to him. Maybe like the rest of my family kind of just tolerates him, and I'm like the only person that likes him. So he sleeps on my bed, and sometimes he'll sit outside my bedroom door and just start meowing and clawing at the door to get in, or he'll claw at my window to come in from the outside, or things like that. Every time he sees me, he just pokes his head up and starts meowing at me. He'll give me dirty looks when I ignore him. You know.
My cat, or like as soon as I got him the first night, he slept in the bed with me, which I thought was pretty cool. But he follows me around a lot, and let's say I just get home and I have to go to the bathroom and I go straight there, he starts crying something terrible, and I'm like, oh my god, like did someone take the other leg? Jesus.
Oh wow. My cat doesn't meow at the other side of the door, but sometimes if I don't shut the bathroom door all the way, like I don't like click it shut, he'll just start pawing at the door until he gets it open. Then he'll just squeeze in through the crack and just sit in front of me and start meowing at me and like try to make me pet him while I'm on the toilet. I'm like, no, this is bad time. This is my personal space.
I've only had 2 other cats in my life, and I was really little when we got this black cat, and his name was Batman, but over the years we called him Satan because he only liked my dad, and he hated me. And then we had another cat named Taz, who was just a big ball of energy, so it was kind of like the Tasmanian devil. So it's kind of nice to have a chill cat for once that can tolerate each other.
So you're kind of like roommates. You just like nod to each other every once in a while, and then he'll follow you to the bathroom and start yelling.
Yeah. And then sometimes he'll curl up on the couch with me, and then he starts kneading it. I'm like, oh, not the leg.
I hate it when cats need just clawing at you.
But it's all for you. I need you.
Since cats are usually up to something mischievous, have you guys ever found your cats like with a stolen car smoking pot in the back seat?
No, I hope
Okay.
my mom
Once.
doesn't listen to this one because I got a great story. All right, so as most of your parents, they sleep naked. Surprise. Well, our cat Batman, was pawing at my parents' door. He was mewing really differently. So my mom takes a blanket, wraps it around herself, and goes, and follows Batman to the front door. And he sounds like he's he's holding something. And she goes, "What do you have in your mouth?" And he drops a mouse. And because first off, she thought he wanted outside, so she opens up the front door, and she's like, what you have in your mouth?" And he drops a live mouse. She screams, throws open the blanket, and by the way, we used to live right beside Interstate 95, so she flashed the entire interstate.
Wow, that's pretty funny.
Because he's the knight.
It was a black cat.
Well, it did
Why
say
you
his
gotta be
name is
black?
Batman.
Because he was black.
And she called him Batman.
Yeah.
TJ, come on.
Awkward. I don't know.
Your face is awkward. Ayo!
You want to go, Luis? You want to go? Let's fight.
I got $10 on Spartan.
Thank you. And now cue the Mortal Kombat theme song.
Mortal Kombat.
By the way,
That's a
TJ,
good movie.
if you can
That's not
cue
Mortal
the
Kombat.
if you can cue the Mortal Kombat song, that would be great in the editing.
Wait, I have it on my iPod.
Nah, I might get flagged.
Really? We're not monetized.
Well, even if you don't monetize it, what YouTube does now is it will, I lost my train of thought. Oh. Well, now this is definitely going to get a thing. But it doesn't, it doesn't take it down. What it does is it gives you a thing and it says, YouTube has detected copywritten material in this. Do you want to dispute this, or do you want to accept it? And if
do you want my reptiles theme from Skrillex instead? It's on my creative list.
I don't know.
Followed by Doomsday.
And what happens if you accept it?
Well, if you accept it, then it's just like, okay, you've accepted, and then it plays ads that give income to the owners of the music, the material.
Oh, God.
But I don't
YouTube.
think they really charge you. It just kind of like
No, it doesn't charge you, but it just puts ads over your video.
My brother's pretty big into the YouTube business. Sergeant Merrill, by the way, and so what he's told me is that when iTunes recognizes it, it sometimes won't play in other countries. Because me and a friend used to do lip syncing videos back and forth to each other, and when she was stationed in Korea, she couldn't play it on like her iPhone or something like that, but she could play it like on her laptop, depending on which network she was competed in. So you'll notice that sometimes if it's copyrighted music on it, you can't play it on your iPhone or in certain countries.
That's weird.
YouTube being a buster.
But I've only had that happen to me on 2 videos. One of them I have posted, which is I made it a long time ago. You might remember it, Luis. Our one release of the Left 4 Dead Let's Play we did.
Oh, that happened to Achievement Tweeps?
Yeah, because I used the theme music from what's it called? Can't think of the name of the show. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I used that in some parts. And also,
but it doesn't matter if you like kind of, I guess, sing it yourself. Like Mortal Kombat. Like you won't get flagged for that.
Unless you sing it really well. Like
no, I mean iTunes also uses with like Shazam, the same software. It recognizes the beats and stuff like that.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
YouTube, seriously, stop it. Don't.
At least they
Okay.
didn't take any videos down. That's nice.
Actually, what's
Oh.
weird is that when I was in the military, we were taught that we could use commercial music, but you can only use about 29 seconds of it before then you go into the copyright laws. So it's kind of weird when you go into YouTube and it's a little different because like commercials and stuff like that could use 29 seconds of a song without getting sued.
Really? And most commercials don't even last like
Yeah.
30 seconds.
I mean that was about 5 years ago when I was in class, but from what I last heard, yes.
So, what do you do now? Since apparently you're not in the army anymore.
Well, while I was in the army, I was actually a camera girl, a video production specialist. Now I'm going to the Art Institute of Austin for animation.
Oh, that's cool. What kind of animation?
Both 2D and 3D. I would love to work with games and also probably Funimation. Well, kind of. I would love to work with Funimation.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Or Rooster Teeth, whatever. Just say it.
Well, going to school in Austin is a good way to get in. I think. Like it seems like 90% of their recent hires have been University of Austin, Texas.
Well, that's UT. Yeah, the University of Texas in Austin. But I'm going to the Art Institute. But they both have great internships, and the Art Institute speaks very fondly of Rooster Teeth because they love corporations and stuff like that. There's also a lot of gaming companies in Austin that I was very surprised to hear about.
That's one of the reasons I would really love to, I don't know, live in Austin for a summer or go to school in Austin because it's a good place to go for internships. Because if you go to school there, then you live there, then it's easy to,
Oh, living here is very different. If you want to live in the city, very, very expensive. It was like $800 for 300 square feet, which is just sad because you go in there and you're like, where do I put my bed? But it's a very nice neighborhood, but you will hear from everybody that lives here, we are tired of people moving here. But you just drive around, and this place is just so full of nerds. It's beautiful.
Nerd country.
Oh, yes. Like, just, every day you'll see somebody with, like, a superhero t-shirt or something nerdy,
They're tired of people moving there, but there's probably a reason why everybody wants to move there.
Traffic.
Do you think Rooster
Ice
Teeth
cream?
has anything to do with the large amount of people moving to Rooster Teeth? Austin, not Rooster Teeth.
Well, today when I was at the college, in my class workshop, actually there was I mentioned Ruby to the guy sitting next to me, and then like it was like 3 of us just talking about Ruby during our workshop.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I think like maybe not Rooster Teeth alone because from what I gathered, Austin is being like a huge center for what's the name? For like creative jobs and stuff,
Yes.
So like the sort of thing that Rooster Teeth has.
Yeah. There's no. It's a very creative city. You will have competition. Do not have your heart set on Rooster Teeth. I mean, make it a goal, but don't make it like your end of the line goal. Because when I moved here, I was like, oh yeah, I could work for Rooster Teeth, but they like to hire interns. Guess what? They're free. And you gotta be like, 3rd year before you can start interning.
Oh really?
And that's a really good advice because I see a lot of people who join the community thinking like, yeah, I wanna work for Rooster Teeth and stuff, but like nearly everyone there wants to work for Rooster Teeth.
Well, the problem
is fine, but the problem is when people make that their only goal in life.
Because they never have a backup plan.
Yeah, and it's not really it's just complicated because there's a bunch of those people there. Some of them really bring something to the table, and those people face competition. Some others just go like, yeah, I want to work there, but they don't really have something to offer.
Yeah,
In terms of stuff Rooster Teeth could use.
they just say they want to work there, and they've never done any sort of production or creative art stuff in their life. They're just like, I want to work there. I want to work at Achievement Hunter and play video games.
Yeah, like you'll always get those people that are like, I can play video games, and they'll always submit to Rooster Teeth. The thing is like, I'm kind of quoting Bernie here, but I'm going to add a little bit. He says he's like, the best people that stick out is that something that nobody's done, and that's one of the things. Like, I love horror movies and stuff like that. I love scary movies ever since I was like 4 years old. So I'd like to create like a 3D animation of like of just scary designs and stories and stuff like that. And it's just one of those things where it's like, if you're creative and you stick out, you'll make it. Because I mean, like, look at Monty. He decided to take 3D animation to a whole different direction with, what was it, like 20-minute fighting sequence with the Final Fantasy characters, and then he got hired by them.
Yeah, Monty was pretty awesome.
It's really, and I'm not sure if that was Bernie or Barbara or like a combination of the stuff they said, but it's really a matter of doing what you love, like doing the stuff you like, and just being good at that. And that might draw their attention more than just saying, "Oh, I'm an MLG gamer. Can I work there?" That's not really a curriculum.
Yeah, like I probably, like most of the people on the site, would love to work at Rooster Teeth, but I know that there's a strong likelihood that that's not going to happen in any of the near futures possible. But I still like the idea of what they do. So I've been working on developing my own skills in the different types of like production they do. Like we started this podcast, and I've done the video editing and some of the audio editing. And I've done some 3D animation at school and things like that. So I've tried to dabble in a little bit of everything to find something I like. And even if I never end up working on Rooster Teeth, I just want to, get a job doing something I love. And
yeah, like
love to do a job as much as the people at Rooster Teeth love to do their job.
There's a chance that even for people who work with let's call it the creative stuff, like art and video and sound stuff, they could work at really, really cool companies, like gaming companies and other sorts of web stuff companies. So it's really, I find it complicated, not to say sad, because then I'll sound like a prick, but it's complicated when people just make Rooster Teeth their only goal, because it's a lot of competition,
especially without anyone to get there.
I'm going to tell you something my brother told me this afternoon, and we were talking and stuff like that, and he says with going to the Art Institute, you have to have like a lot of passion, a lot of hunger. He's like, because it will reflect on your portfolio. It doesn't matter if you get, let's say you do something, you do it well, straight A's. Let's say somebody else does it, they get C's and B's, but their passion shows through it. The passion sticks out way more than just straight A's in class, because that's just a piece of paper, that's just tests and everything like that. But if your passion, and your creativity shows through your work, you'll stick out a lot further in career choices. So if you're just doing something like saying like I play video games, so just because you play a lot of video games, I've seen so many people play video games, but they sound incredibly boring when they do it. It's like they might be good, but they don't sound like they're enthused to play it, And then, then you just have some people that are bad at it, and then they're just passionate to play it, and then they are the ones that get the jobs. Or the reviews on YouTube.
Yeah, that makes sense. It helps to you can't just do something because other people do it. You have to actually do it because you want to do it, and you have to enjoy doing it. Like, if your goal is to become a big YouTube success and make millions of views on YouTube and all this other stuff, probably not going to happen. If your goal is to make videos and have fun and not care about views or anything like that, then that's more important than just, doing it.
Yeah, because I could, honestly, love Rooster Teeth, but at this point in my life, I could care less if I got a job with them because I have so many stories building up into my head, and that was one of the bigger reasons why I wanted to get into animation, where it's like I've always struggled trying to get actors and actresses and stuff like that. And honestly, it costs. I think it costs less to make 3D animated videos, but you have a lot more control. And there's just so many storylines that I can't wait to put out, and I would love making them like on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I've always enjoyed watching a lot of the like indie 3D animation things that a lot of people post on YouTube. Like, there's some really good ones out there. Like, they have good storylines. You know, they can be just as good, if not better, than indie films. Acted stuff.
And it also works as a portfolio. I mean, like, you're a little bit more passionate. I'd probably say a lot more passionate when it's your own idea versus someone telling you an idea to do.
True.
Speaking of doing things for fun, you do some cosplay and stuff, don't you, Samurai?
Yes, I do. I don't know if I'm going to be cosplaying at RTX just because of financial reasons and school starting. I don't know how much I could get done, but I am going to DragonCon in Atlanta, Georgia, and I do have a couple of cosplays lined up. I plan on doing Realm from Final Fantasy, Jenny, or Officer Jenny, sorry, from Pokemon, and then I had a third one. Totally forgot what it was. I usually need to write this stuff down before I forget.
Well, that's cool. I've always wanted to try cosplaying, but first of all, I've never been to a convention, so kind of.
You've never been to a convention?
Me neither. Please don't kill us.
Oh my god! I've been to like 100.
I have no money and no driver's license and no anything.
Okay, well, let me put it this way.
What is outside?
I started going to conventions when I was like 12 or 13 with my friend Charlotte, and she introduced me to them. And then afterward we became hooked, and we probably went to like 3 or 4 times a year. And so let's say I've been doing that for 12 years now. What's 4 times 12?
4 times 12? 36? Maybe?
No. 48? So I'd say,
math.
yeah.
I'm not good at math.
Yeah, and I've been drinking. So 4 times 12, let's say it's 48. Let's round it up to 60 because sometimes I go to more than a few a year. But anyway, yeah, I've been to a lot of conventions. It's amazing. It's just one of those things where it's like you have best friends waiting all around you, and it's so easy to just, you could be in line for let's say a panel. You can strike up a conversation with anyone because, as one of my friends put it, you need 3 things in common in order to make a friend. And usually, just by going to a convention, you've already knocked out 2 of them. You just need to find the 3rd one. Like going to Rooster Teeth. You like gaming? I like gaming. You like Rooster Teeth? I like Rooster Teeth. You like anime? I like anime. Bam! Friends. And so it's just a giant building full of friends getting to know each other.
That's an awesome way to put it. But I've still never managed to go to them. I've wanted to go to them for a while, especially since I'm hearing about RTX, and I've been listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast for years, and all the stuff they talk about at, the bigger conventions like PAX, Comic-Con. Just hearing all the awesome things that happen there. I've wanted to go to conventions for a while. I just have no means to do it.
Well, the biggest one I've ever tackled was DragonCon, but the smaller ones, I used to live in Virginia, and that's the one me and my friends would go to. So it's awesome when you have a group of friends that go, or either you meet somebody and then it slowly grows over the years. And like when I first went, it was like me and maybe 2 other people, and then to this day, like now it's like we rule like half the convention at NecoCon, Norfolk, Virginia, because most of us are either, photographers or some shit like that. But it's It's amazing when you go there and it's like you know half the people at the convention.
That's got to be a cool feeling. So I think I figured out the other reason I've never been to any conventions. I have no friends. Ha 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 ha.
Of course you do. The thing is, they live all over the place. You asshole. You dare not call me your friend? Bitch.
That's exactly what this community is like. It's like a convention. I'm gonna paraphrase from my friend's book called Nerdfest, and he talks about a reporter having to go to a convention, and he was talking about one of his friends left for a weekend for a convention, came back, had put all of his collectibles and stuff he bought from the dealer rooms and put them on the bed and started crying. When he asked his friend what was wrong, he's like, I just met my best friends in the world and I only get to see them once a year. He's like, but it was totally worth it. That's what every convention feels like.
Here where I live, I do hear of some big ones in São Paulo, but I don't live close to the city, and I don't really like that city because it's it's a clusterfuck of a city. But I heard some conventions happen in my city, but they're mostly directed to anime and manga and stuff, which are stuff that I don't enjoy that much. Like I have watched a few anime, but it's more like the mainstream stuff, such as Dragon Ball and well Ruby as well. But I might try to go at some point. I think they'll happen next semester or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll go there and see what happens. Perhaps it's not like as as well as they say. Perhaps there will be more stuff there.
Well, if you go to an anime,
but you're saying it's an anime convention, right?
For the most part, as far as I've heard, yes.
They've always had a gaming room. Every anime convention I went to, they always had a gaming room, and I guarantee you can meet people there.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you go to an anime convention, you could probably find a couple friends just by listening to the number of anime you haven't watched. They'll be baffled. They'll be like, "What? You haven't watched this?" And they'll just start talking to you about how awesome they think it is, and like that's something I've noticed a lot about. At least people from communities, like strong communities, they'll try as hard as possible to get you into what they're into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just recently, like one of my friends told me to watch Madoka Magical, something like that. Because I told him I like darker anime, and then like I looked at the cover and I was like, this looks like little fairy girls, and he's like, just watch it. He's like, at least get to episode like 4 before you judge it. Watch it. Finally loved it. I watched all of it.
Yeah, I've started watching a lot of anime recently because one of my friends is really big into anime, so I've just been asking her to give me recommendations because I'm not good at finding my own anime. I don't just like go to like a list of.
Yu Yu Hakusho, totally number 1.
Okay, I'll add that to the list. I've just recently I finished an anime called Blue Exorcist, which was pretty good.
There's so much anime out there lately that it's kind of hard to keep up with, So, God, I'm about to sound really old, but back in my day, there wasn't that large a variety of anime unless it was like strictly, just Japanese and everything like that.
Yeah.
With no translation. So, but nowadays it's like, it's like, I forget, Anime Ultima. You get a much larger variety of anime. You got Crunchyroll, Anime Ultima, a lot of stuff like that, where it's like you have easier access to anime. But for someone like me that's been in the game for over 10 years, it's like, wow, there is a crap ton of anime now. But you're just hoping that younger generation, watch more than you have since Dragon Ball Z.
I haven't really watched a lot of the older animes out there. Like, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z when I was a really young kid, but I haven't watched it since then, so I don't remember anything about the show except for it's over 9,000. because everyone knows that one. Hopefully.
Wait, what did you
But
say?
I really, when it comes to anime that I watch these days, I usually prefer like shorter run animes, like 25 episodes, maybe a little more. I don't like the 600 episode shows like Bleach and
Oh God,
One Piece and
just
things
because
like that.
it's just when it becomes filler, has its own filler that you're just like cringing, But something
Yeah,
like
it's really annoying.
High School of the Dead. Well, they went on hiatus, but I mean, High School of the Dead, I would love to see them finish. Just because the storyline's good. I don't really care for the wobbling boobies, but the storyline's actually pretty good versus most hentai drawn animes.
That reminds me. This is filler night. Did that happen on a podcast or was it on a random conversation, TJ? Do you remember that?
Well, I
think you were
don't
there.
remember that.
Sounds random.
It might have been one of our random conversations because whenever it's me, Tyler, Jim, and Brian in the lobby or something, anime usually finds its way into the conversation.
Just like, well, I'm not gonna finish that.
Okay.
I was gonna say something related to sex, but I was gonna be really specific. But then it would be way too dirty even for our standards.
All right, you want to find a question, Luis?
Yeah, that might be better. You want to do the questions theme song, TJ?
Since when do we have a theme song?
Shut up, TJ. Just go with it.
That's a Mario theme. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Something that isn't copyrighted. But also copyrighted. Fuck.
Chariots of Fire.
Okay. Why don't we just play Name That Tune? No, I bet.
Our main tune?
I said name that tune.
Oh, name that tune.
But I bet I could trick you rather easily into being wrong. Because you wouldn't know it. Alright, anyway, questions.
Oh, right.
Okay.
So... one was sent by Nick Guns, and he asks, why is it called lipstick if you can still move your lips?
Because you stick a lip in your lip. Or something.
Oh.
Well,
I'm actually just applying lip or chapstick right now.
You see, when a mommy lipstick and a daddy lipstick love each other very much, they tell Nick to go away. Just kidding,
Well,
Nick.
It's a stick used for your lips. That sounds dirty.
I mean, I like the way you think.
Oh. Alright,
well,
question.
Yeah. Again, by Nick Guns. Why is it that night falls but day breaks?
Because they ran out of titles.
Yeah, probably. And also because, like, wow, now get your bodies ready for the most bullshit feel explanation of all time. Night falls because you fall asleep, and day breaks because you
break sleep.
Yeah, you break sleep. Like you wake up, you're breaking your sleep. Thanks.
No problem. No need to Google that at all. You can trust us. We're scientists.
Yeah, like we know our shit. You guys have any theories about it?
About daybreak and nightfall?
Yeah.
Well, you see, what happens is when the day breaks, the sun comes up over the horizon, and the Earth kind of cowers because every time the sun breaks, it breaks the Earth's eye, And then when night falls, the sky falls on the Earth and beats up the Earth and basically the Earth is a pussy and it gets beat up a lot.
Fucking got it.
What if night is the dominant one?
Maybe.
Because I mean, you do a lot more naughty stuff at night. So wouldn't night be the more dominant one?
That makes sense.
Depends. Does night stay on top or?
Well, it is nightfall, so night falls
More
onto
like on the
Earth.
side.
Just
Oh god, that
the
jerk
moon
was so.
just watching.
That was so fucking nerdy even for me. It's more tilted.
Oh well. You know what? Let's just say that TJ made it weird.
I probably did make it weird.
Alright, so the next one is by Quirky, or as he's known on the RT site, Jamester1289. And he asks, who is your Jedi Master? I suppose he means like
Your mom.
favorite Jedi Master. Oh shit!
You just got faced, Quirky. I would say my Jedi Master is isn't there like some like really
Admiral Akbar?
Yes, Admiral Akbar.
He's not a
I
Jedi
called that.
Master.
I said it first.
It's a trap.
He's not a Jedi Master.
Sure he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
You don't know because it's always a trap.
Oh, I see what you
You
did
know,
there.
When he says it's a trap, he means he's a trap. And instead of a
No,
dong,
okay,
it's
wait,
a lightsaber.
I got a very fucking funny story about that. So me and a guy friend were at a convention, KatsuCon, and we walk into the elevator, and this very cute Lolita girl walks in with a sign, and it says, it's a trap. And we're looking at it, and we're just like, I don't fucking get it. So finally we ask her, like, well, what's the sign mean? And he goes, you know, it's a trap. It was a cross-dresser, and it was the best trap I've ever seen.
Oh, I get it.
That would
Wow.
be so bad. That's...
He was prettier than most of the girls there.
That's why it's bad. It's like you just walk up to the girl, it's like, hey, I like some nerdy guy's like, can I get your number?
Can I get your number?
Can I get your number?
Yes, honey, you can get my number anytime you want.
It's like that.
Wanna see my lightsaber?
You want to play with my joystick?
You want to see the
Jesus,
dark
okay.
side?
So, if I had to pick a Jedi Master, it's like there are a few Jedi I think they're pretty badass. Of course, Yoda is on top of that list, but there's also like Ram Koda. There's Obi-Wan.
Oh, we're going with expansion universe, aren't we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But still, I think I would pick as my favorite Jedi Master probably Obi-Wan, because I really liked his character. But
You gotta
it's
go
not
with the
really.
obvious one.
Again,
I said Admiral Akbar. You can't beat that.
and it's
Okay, wait. How about it this way? You could choose anybody from the Star Wars universe to be your Jedi Master. Doesn't matter if they're a Jedi.
Oh, wow.
How about that? Anybody could be your Jedi Master.
Jar Jar Binks.
R2D2.
No.
You also want to be
Misa's gonna
saved
teach
by
you
the
about the
Force?
Force.
He's the Bombad Jedi.
Misa been sued for millions of dollars.
You know, do you think that would happen? Jedi would just get into so much trouble that they would start getting sued like doctors.
I don't know. But they can always use like, you don't want to sue me. I don't want to sue you. You're gonna bring me ice cream. I'm going to bring you ice cream. You know? But besides, wow.
Do you want to see my lightsaber?
I want to see your. Wait, what? That's a tough question because I suck at picking favorites for most of the situations.
And don't pick favorites, just say a word. 2 words that make a
word?
name.
Okay.
What if you had Chewbacca as like a Jedi Master?
Oh, now that there would be a whole lot of screaming.
Oh, can I
He
change
would
my Jedi
compliment you
Master?
something. He'd be all like, "Oh, congratulations! You did a very good job, young Padawan." And he'd be all like, "Oh, shit." So just a minute. And Stefan would be like,
Ooh,
God
nice-
damn, I'm
Better.
sorry.
Nice Wookiee.
Doesn't sound like you're washing your mouth out with sperm.
What? It's not really my best. I'm trying to be relatively silent because there's more people around the house. But anyway, it would feel
Somebody
like
just
he
pokes their
was
head in. Are you
screaming
washing
at
your
you
mouth out with sperm again?
all the time. What? You know what?
What?
Just
What?
next question.
Actually, you want to move on
Why
to
so
the
soon?
audience
I was just
question?
enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. So Samurai, usually we ask a question for the audience in order to, interact with people. By the way, audience, if you're listening to this, you can take at least 2 minutes of your time to answer the fucking question. So do it. It's fun. And we usually
When you ask so nicely, it makes
Yeah.
me want to do it more.
Audience, would you kindly answer our question? You can deny it. Bioshock reference. So, and we usually ask our guests to ask a question for the audience. So, anything your heart desires.
Shit. Oh! This is kind of something I would say for, like, the Rooster Teeth panel, because I've been thinking about it for a while. If you owned the Rooster Teeth company, and you were told you had to change the name, what would you change the name to, and why?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and if any of you fuckers try to ask that at RTX, I will hunt you down.
Yeah, this is copyrighted now. Like, it's copyrighted to the podcast. Now that you've said it on our podcast, it's ours now. Just to let you know.
Damn it. Well, you guys aren't showing up this year, so.
There's a
But Jim and
live
Vic
stream.
will.
There's a live stream.
I will hunt them down.
Yeah,
And
So
believe
I
me,
think-
I served 5 years, and I have, I do have some uncles that, wear black ops and know how to hide a body because they've asked me if I need to be hiding.
okay, I'm
but,
scared now.
Just saying.
So now
I shouldn't
that,
have told you which part of Florida I live in.
Jim and Vic keep talking about the lightsaber duels they will engage into when they go to RTX. Now that we put SamuraiRose on the dispute, this should be interesting.
I don't know
She's
if I
a
wanna
bounty hunter
like-
trying to kill them.
I don't want a lightsaber with them. One, I don't have one naturally, but.
Well, that's a shame.
But you do have special training.
I was making a dick joke, but okay.
Yeah, dick joke. Right.
Dicks! I'm talking about dicks!
Penis. Everywhere.
So, you want to try answering the question, TJ?
Oh, No, too hard.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either. You have an
Well,
answer for it, Samurai?
Do you have an answer?
Do
Have you
I
thought
have an
this
answer?
through?
Hell no.
well,
Well, I mean, like, okay, so Bernie's the founder, but, Matt's the CEO, so you can't really call it Bernie Co., but
Bernie Co.
I don't.
oh, I know. Instead of Rooster Teeth, it would be Catbug Industries.
No, couldn't do that unless you let the Bravest Warriors in on the profit.
Nah. Okay, Bugcat Industries. Eh?
Still could be brought up in court of law.
Bernie Cat Industries. Joe the Cat Industries. Why do I want
Oh,
industries
there
everywhere?
you go. Joe the Cat. There you go.
Joe the Cat Incorporated.
That'd be a weird intro. Only because I keep thinking of Brandon just going, or, like, trying to hunt down the cat. Like,
Hey everybody, welcome to the Joe the Cat Industries podcast.
Yeah, it's not as catchy as Rooster Teeth. Which, I gotta say, ever since I found out about Rooster Teeth, I think it's a freaking brilliant name for a company.
Cockbite.
almost as good as SamuraiRose.
Shameless self
Is
plug.
it though?
Actually, I was pretty upset when my brother finally convinced me to make a Twitter account. And then I started getting added by Japanese companies and stuff like that. Come to find out, there was a bachelorette show in Japan called SamuraiRose.
Wow.
Huh.
I was pretty upset about that.
Do they still follow you?
Yes.
I tried to make it simple.
So I used to be in Aikido and stuff like that, and they used to call me like their little Rose of the Samurai and stuff like that. So SamuraiRose was born, and also because my name is Samantha, we had like so we used to have a birthday party the last week of September because 7 of us were born the last week of September. We were all Christmas presents to our parents. Gross. But anyway, 5 of us were named Sam, males and females. So we all had to come up with a different variation of Sam, and mine was Samurai.
Well, that's cool. Samurai.
And forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I tried to keep it simple and name my online stuff like Spartan Sloth, but it bugs me when someone says that the name is taken. It happened on EA, the EA account I had to create. It was like, oh, this username is taken. I was like, what? Really? Damn it.
Wow.
And then I went to check it, and no one is called Spartan Sloth there. There's not a single trace of that account for some reason. I don't know.
I do like that it's very random that I could see a sloth dressed in Spartan armor, like getting ready to fight. Like that's actually a great visualization in my head. Like for mine, like I couldn't use my name because my last name is Merrill, and it's the same name as the shoe brand company. So it's like I couldn't use that.
My name isn't really special at all. It's just something cool I thought up when I was making my Xbox Live Gamer tag. Like
TJ
6 years ago.
Coming to you live.
So
well,
your birthday is not on October 23rd?
No, it's not. My birthday is actually September 3rd.
Huh, you liar.
Oh, wait, you're a Virgo.
Okay.
I'm a Libra. Okay, so like I said, the last week of September, we had the Libra Fest for like 7 of us. So anybody, after a while, because there were so many of us that were Libras, we just got one big party together and called it Libra Fest.
It's like Zebra Fest, but with Libras.
No.
Aw. But yeah, my name doesn't really have anything special. Although my other name that I used to use online a lot, and it's still my email, was SpartanG072, and I named that after the Halo novel. What's it called? Ghosts of Onyx.
That might be taken, or at least a little copywritten. I mean, like with Spartan, when you hear the word Spartan, you either think, either.
Oh no, it's Halo. Not copyrighted. It's because I don't know if either of you read it, but in that book
I don't understand Reddit, and it confuses me, and I hate it when Barbara talks to me about Reddit.
Yeah, I don't like Reddit. I don't know. I just got pushed off my brain.
We were talking at the gaming expo, and she was talking about Reddit, and I was just looking at her. I'm like, I don't understand Reddit. It's just a bunch of lines and words and lots of penises on there. I don't get it.
Yeah. Yes. I'll just.
So if you where was I forgot. I was going somewhere with this. Just cut that part out, TJ.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm distracted because my brother is yelling at the Xbox in the background right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
what he's doing.
I can hear that.
Oh,
Xbox,
that's nice.
Go home. You're drunk.
But
so,
you want to wrap up?
Yeah, I think we can wrap up. So, Samurai, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me here.
And guys, don't forget to ask us questions, answer our questions. Go check out Samurai Rose's podcast as well. And, leave a comment if you want to give us any feedback or whatever. We like hearing from you.
Yeah, and
So, thank you so much.
send us lightsaber
yes.
pics if you know what I mean.
Oh, no, please don't.
Wink, wink. Or,
Yeah.
your Dark Force pictures.
Whoa.
Come to the
Long
dark
pause.
side, we have cookies.
And alcohol.
Cookies
Hey,
are better.
That was my icon on Live Journal, which makes me feel a little old now.
Sorry, we keep cutting
Damn
you
it.
off, Luis.
That's alright. So, everyone, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Boy.
All
This podcast intro and outro music is provided to us by TDBTyler. You can find him on Rooster Teeth by searching for his name, TDBTyler, and looking for his group, Oh the Commanity, spelled O-H, exclamation point, THECOMMANATEE. You can also find more of his work on YouTube by searching for his channels, The Dropped Banana, all one word, and Oh the Commanity.